Hey folks, Swasayeti. Let me get a photo here. Okay, so this has all kinds of issues. For one, it has a crack here. For two, as you can see, there really isn't anything flat on this thing at all. I mean, the biggest chance of maybe getting an arrowhead out of is right here. Honestly, I don't know what to do with it. I think I'm going to take some nibbles out here, take this concavity out of this end here. That may break that off. I think our point's got to be in here because of this crack, but I don't know how deep that crack goes. So anyways, we'll start fooling with it here and see what happens. So let's take, we got a little ridge right here, so let's take a little bit off this tip, try and flatten that out a little bit. We'll do the same thing right there again. Now we've got this overhang right here, so I'll nibble some off this bottom edge right here, get rid of some of that overhang. And all I'm doing is just trying to get this piece that by looking at it seemed like might have been unworkable to a lot of folks that are just starting out anyways. All you old pros out there, you're like, I ain't no problem. But I do remember when I first started, and I'd order some rock, and it'd come with a bunch of pieces like this, and I'd be like, what? No, why would they even send this? What am I going to do with it? And it wasn't that they were sending me anything bad. They were just, I didn't have the experience level to deal with it. Sometimes I still don't. But now we have a much flatter little biface to work with that anyone can work now at this point. Anytime you have a problematic stone like that, just kind of look at it. I like to get rid of the overhangs first because there's nothing that you can do with those overhangs, and then just see how it flattens it out from there. You know, if it's gonna be enough to get you where you need to be, or do some pressure. Might make this into a dead man. Through a little point. We'll decide after we get it regularized here. I have my book open to Dead Man because that's what I had in mind, so. I didn't think this piece with all the curves and twists and stuff would I remember when I first started this thing, and there's been some things happen here recently that just kind of reminded me of it, but when I first started, I was sponsoring Brad Moore with some tools and stuff, just nothing big, but just a few tools and things and whatever. And I remember Brad mentioned on his website, on his channel, that he didn't know, he was kind of confused about what I was doing, because the name of the channel is Danny Collins Lithics and Leather, but the name of the website is flintknappingtraditions.com, and that led to some confusion. I think people figured that two should be the same. I knew where I was going with that. I knew where I was going with that 5-6 years in the future, because you know, eventually I'm going to retire here in 5 years or so. It's actually less than 5 years now. I'll still be doing stuff, you know, part-time and stuff like that, but I am looking forward to going and sitting next to a creek and out west for the good part of the summer. That last camping trip my wife and I went on, that made it even worse. That made us both really want to, and then she was off for a while because of her problem she was having with her eye and stuff like that, and so we got a little taste of what retirement might look like, and it didn't make the waiting to retire any better, I can tell you that. We both were like, man, this can't happen soon enough. But when I was planning all this out, I knew that, you know, maybe the rock business might survive. At the time I didn't have Jaden, but I mean, I made it clear to Jaden that if he wanted to take this over at some point, that he could. I got no problem with that. And I don't think that he wants to. He's young, and I'm trying to teach him the business aspects of it, and how I've always done business my entire life. I've always been self-employed. I had 1 or 2 jobs that I worked for someone else in my life, and the rest of the time I've always been self-employed. Never wanted to rely on someone else to keep me busy. And you know, I was in construction, and construction, you know, when the economy slowed down, construction slowed down. And traditionally, housing, and we built houses, and we built hospitals, and we built motels, and we did all that kind of stuff. Not from the ground up. We subbed in and stuff, but anyways, when you work for someone else, even if you have a good employer, you know, that cares whether or not you're feeding your family and things, then they're still going to take care of their own first. And that's understandable, because they're, you know, just the way things are. And I didn't like to be at that mercy, although I was always the guy that believed, and I taught my kids this too, and it stuck with them. You know, you're the first to arrive, last to leave, and you work harder than anyone else there. And when layoffs start, you're going to be the last one to get laid off every time. But if you just show up to make a paycheck and hide in a corner somewhere, well, you're going to be one of the first to go, no doubt about it. And I taught my kids not to be that way. And anyways, that's one of the lessons I did learn, both my daughter and my son. I don't even know where I was going with that. I was just lost in whatever. Anyways, I think I was talking about people that know where I was going with things, and that's still a little bit now. People are like, what is he doing? Believe it or not, there's a plan. It may not be a good plan, but I got a plan. So it seems like things are going awry sometimes with the channel, or this or that or something else. Bear with me, I got a plan. That's a pretty good preform for a dead man, I would say. Now, I don't know if Jaden wants to take the business over or not. Not sure he's seeing the whole vision or not, or can see the whole vision. Most of the time when and I'm a guy that's had a lot of businesses, and the reality of businesses is that the first year, at least the first year, is usually not profitable in any substantial way. Even the second year can be not profitable in any substantial way. And you have to be in a position or be willing to fight through that to get to the other side. If you don't have a good business plan, you're never going to get to the other side. But this rock business is it's been less than a year. I'm just going to count the time that since I started doing it full time, because if you guys remember, not long ago I was in the leather shop all the time and just doing this part time. It is profitable. I make more money in the leather shop, no, hands down, no doubt. But it takes time, and there was a few monkeys thrown in there or whatever, but it's doing pretty good. And we'll see where it goes. And I hate to, when I retire, just wrap it up and say, okay, that's it. I could shut the website off and be done with it. I could probably sell it, I guess, if Jaden don't want it, but you and I'm just going to give it to him, but I'm not sure if he wants that or not. We'll see. He has become a really good hand, which a lot of this started out, I was just trying to teach him how to work, and he needed that, and he took it and he ran with it. He's a pretty good hand. I mean, if he went to work for someone tomorrow, they'd be getting someone who's capable of learning, recognize when things need to be done, and get those things done. But, so I do have a plan for all this, but the long-term plan as far as what happens when I'm ready to be done, I don't know what's going to happen there. But it was the same in the leather shop. I mean, this leather shop is one of the funnest things I've ever done. I absolutely, before I started doing the leather, I had no idea you were actually supposed to enjoy a job, that going to a job could be fun. My wife actually taught me that. She loves her job. But my whole life in construction, I just never, I mean, I like doing it. I like being around all the guys and the atmosphere of the whole thing, and I didn't mind being up against deadlines. There's always a deadline. But I never could say that I really loved my job. And the leather work, I truly did love my job. Still do. When you love something like that, then it's a lot easier to make it successful because you believe in it and you're behind it, regardless of what business it is. The other aspect of the leather shop that I liked, and this really, is that you're leaving something behind. You know, there's so many people out there that's got my leather stuff that's going to be around long after I'm gone. Rifle slings and things like that, custom rifle slings, that if I can find a picture handy, I'll flash up a picture of some of that stuff. But heirloom stuff, I've got like 3 and 4 generations in a family that are all using my rifle slings, and they're hunting with them on their rifles and stuff like that. And they send me pictures and stuff of them hunting every year, and take pictures of their deer with their rifle with their custom rifle sling, and family pictures of them all posing with their deer and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Pretty doggone cool. Anyways, I still don't know where I was going with all this. I guess I just have a plan. The part I don't have figured out yet is what to do with it all when I'm done. And I don't necessarily have to do anything with it. It could just, you know, let it sit there and take it over, and when I am in town, still do that. But it may end up being more traveling and things and scrambling for rock and all those kind of things than I want to do in retirement, but we'll see. Danny Collins Lithics and Leather is not going anywhere. I'll be doing that even when we're retired and traveling. That's the plan. which was also part of the reason why the names were separate, because if I did decide to sell the business at some point, I don't want it tied to the same name as the channel. So those are two completely separate things. Although I use them together, they are two completely separate things. I've been fortunate to be able to do different things, live in different areas, throughout my life. Moving to Alaska right out of high school was the best thing that I could have probably done. I have zero regrets about that whatsoever. I still believe that Alaska, although it's incredibly expensive to live in southeast, well, any of Alaska is incredibly expensive, but southeast Alaska, like in Juneau, is now that stem's not quite as, they got a pretty good notch in them. It's a fat notch. It's not skinny or any of that. I just think there's still tons of opportunity in Alaska for a young man. If I was a young man starting out again, I'd have no hesitation. My butt would be in Alaska right now. I know people that are there and have gone there and they go, just no opportunity here. And I didn't see that when I was there. When I was there, and still now, I see opportunity everywhere. You just have to look outside the box, you know, a little bit. I mean, if your focus of opportunity is going to work retail somewhere, well, then you probably won't have as much success as you might otherwise doing something else. But if you go there, you start your own business and you look for opportunities and work hard and make something happen, doggone it, I broke that doggone thing off. Son of a gun. And it's like that anywhere. There's still lots of opportunity out in the world, in the US, and you just have young people telling me that there's just not the opportunities there was when you were young. First off, I'm still young. And second of all, I just don't believe that. Not even for a second. Just have to make a decision, decide what you're going to do, and then do it. Not a lot of him hawing around. Like they say, the road to life is paved with squirrels that couldn't make a decision which direction to go. And that is a true deal there. Y'all know how squirrels are. Bounce back and forth the road, can't decide which way to go until they're flat. And a lot of people are that way too. They just you got the opposite end of the spectrum that just jumps in with both feet. My younger days, I tend to be the both feet guy, and I have to watch myself not to do that now. I just lots of opportunity in the world, fellas. There's just especially you, any young people that's watching, there's lots of opportunities still out there. So get out there and get you some of it. So I'm looking at one of those over there, and the base is kind of bulbous. Some of them are straight, some of them are expanded. That one's kind of bulbous, I guess. Is that a word? Bulbous? I don't know if it is or not, but anyways, it is now. Trying to get rid of a fat spot. I could pick at that thing for a long time. We're way narrower on this side than this side, so I need to get a tip on it. keep breaking the tip. Breaking the dang thing off. I think we're going to call that good. This ear's down more than the other one. It's a hair fatter than I'd want it to be for a point this small, but not that it's fat, but it isn't. For a point this small, it almost needs to be paper thin. There's the dead man's right there. We're still almost too big, but they're a neat little point. I've always liked these dead man's. I think that base is, it's definitely off a little bit. Except for I lost my tool. I think the color's throwing it off a little bit. Looks pretty good though. I like it. So that was a impossible looking piece. Still got one ear down a little more than the other, but I'm not going to keep fooling with it on camera. There's our little dead man. It's a pretty little point. Got some color to it. I think, yeah, this needs to straighten up right here some. That's what needs to happen here. That's closer. Okay. Probably could have just left it, but fixed it off camera. That's what I do a lot of the time. Dirty old paper towel. Anyways, there's our point right there. Appreciate y'all watching. And we're going to do I'm going to patch the winner on the end of this video. That's the plan. If this video is all in frame, I'll have to go review it and see. But appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. And congratulations to the winner. Y'all keep napping. Hey folks, alright, so we have a winner, and I did review this video, which was actually shot yesterday, and I'm piecing this winner on today, and I'll release that video. I don't think we actually set a time for I normally set the time for 8 o'clock, but we're ending it now. I don't know what time it is, 3 o'clock or something. But anyways, there's no new entries coming in. There was some yesterday. I think there's maybe one today. But anyways, the winner is Kent Hoskinson 158. Kent Hoskinson 158. That was drawn in a random drawing. I just assign a number to everyone's comment, and then I do the random number selector, and then that's how we get our winner. And I was kind of wondering whether or not Kent's won before. I don't think he has. But anyways, Kent, you're the winner. Just get a hold of me through Messenger or email or however. Just get a hold of me, and I'll get you your points and your box out. And we're going to be doing another drawing here very, very soon. I don't know for sure exactly what it's going to be, but I'm working on it. But I appreciate everyone who participated. We had a pretty good turnout. And I really do. Every one of you guys that watches the channel and orders material from me and all that kind of stuff, I truly, really appreciate it. Y'all know I do. And couldn't do any of this without y'all. And I just really, really do appreciate it. I've met so many great people through this channel and through the website and just Flintknapping in general and stuff like that. It's just I just love it. I don't know what else to say other than that. It's y'all are great, and I appreciate every one of you. So y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and y'all keep napping.